library friends, it's Miss Tracy. I miss you all so much. I'm here at home and you're there at home. There's no school, there's no library. So I thought I would just read you a book to entertain you. All of my best books, my favorite books, the ones you love the most are at the library. That's where I keep them all. But I do have some that were mine when I was little that I treasure always, such as The Digging-est Dog. This is it. It's by Perkins, illustrated by Eric Gurney. It was part of the Dr. Seuss Beginning Book series. It's from 1967, and I got it in the mail when I was a little kid. So here it is. I love it so much, The Digging-est Dog. It was the... Oh, wait a second. You know what I forgot? I forgot our song. And you know, story time always has to start with the song. So let's do that. It usually starts with a bell. That's at the library too. I have to go and get it. I don't have it, so you gotta pretend like this. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. And then we sing our song. Now, I have just recently washed my hands, so they are clean for this activity. I hope you're washing your hands too. It goes like this. Read, read, read a book. Travel anywhere. Worldwide, you decide a book can take you there. Only again, I'm deciding today instead of you. You should decide with books at your own house until we're back at the library, ready to go. The Digging-est Dog, here we go. I was the saddest dog you could ever see. Sad because no one wanted me. The pet shop window was my jail. The sign behind me said, for sale. I was tied to a bare, hard floor of stone. I could not even dig for a bone. I was living my life all alone, a dog that no one wanted to own. And then one day at 4:30, Sammy Brown came in my door. He took one look at me and cried, "Why are you tied up here inside?" I've always wanted a dog like you, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll take you out to the farm with me. You'll play outdoors where you should be. I felt as happy as a pup when Sam paid the man to pick me up. He rubbed my ears and scratched my head. "I think I'll call you Duke," he said. Sam gave me a collar. He gave me a lead. We left that shop at tremendous speed. We went a long way out of town and came to the farm of Sammy Brown. It was the nicest place I'd ever seen, a pretty white house in a field of green. In the shade of the apple tree was a special dog house just for me. Next morning, while Sam did his chores, he let me run and play outdoors. I'd never played outdoors before. I'd always lived on that hard stone floor. I'd never run on nice soft ground. Now I barked with joy as I ran around. Sam looked at me and scratched his head. "Duke, you need some friends," he said. He blew a whistle, he blew a blast, and many dogs came running fast. I'd never met a dog before. No, I was meeting 6 or more. They walked around and looked at me. They looked me over carefully. And then at last I heard him say, "He's one of us. He'll be okay." One dog, who wasn't very big, suddenly began to dig. The others started digging too. But that was something I could not do. I'd never learned to dig in that store. How could I on that hard stone floor? I tried to dig, but alas, I couldn't. I wiggled my paws just wouldn't. I fell on my ear, I fell on my face, I fell on myself all over the place. The others said, "Duke may be big, but he's no good. He cannot dig." I hate this part. They stuck their noses in the air. They walked away. They left me there. "I'll teach you, Duke," cried Sammy Brown. "I'll teach you how to dig deep down." He crouched beside me. With his hand, he dug a hole in a pile of sand. I tried to, but still I couldn't. I wiggled my paws just wouldn't. I'd never learned to dig in that store. How could I on that hard stone floor? Sammy sighed. I almost cried. My ears and nose were full of dirt. My paws and claws and elbows hurt. I had a pain across my back. I knew I'd never get the knack. Sam felt sad, and I felt bad. If only I could make him glad. We both knew I'd never get it right. Sam and I couldn't sleep that night. So when the sun rose in the sky, I thought I'd give it one more try. I wiggled my paw. I saw it could. I wiggled the other. I saw it would. I could dig with my paws, I could dig with my claws. I felt no pains across my back. At last, I knew I'd got the knack. Sammy Brown looked out at me. He saw me digging happily. "Good for you, Duke," Sammy cried. "I knew you'd get it if you tried." So I dug farther. I dug faster. I dug and dug to please my master. I dug up the grass. I dug up weeds. I dug up daisies. I dug up seeds. I dug up the fence. I dug up the great gates. I dug up the garden of Mrs. Thwaites. I dug up the rooster. I dug up the hens. I dug up the sheep and the pigs in their pens. I dug and dug. I couldn't stop. I dug up the barber in his shop. I dug up Mr. Rodney Thayer sitting in the barber's chair. I dug my way right through the town. I dug a lot of buildings down. I was having so much fun, I dug up Highway 81. I came to a hill. I dug to the top, but all of a sudden, I had to stop. Right in front of me, looking down, there stood my master, Sammy Brown. And he's not happy. Sam didn't smile or pat my head. He only glared at me and said, I'm sending you back to that animal store. They'll tie you to that hard stone floor and you'll never, never dig anymore. I think that's quite harsh, personally. I couldn't run, I couldn't hide. Dogs came at me from every side. And then suddenly I knew there was just one thing for me to do. This is where the title comes in. You can probably guess what's going to happen. It's so good. I ran away from Sammy Brown. I dug a hole that went straight down. I left him standing up on top. I dug and dug. I did not stop. How deep I dug, I could not tell, but soon I found I dug a well. Mud and water up to my chin. Oh, what a fix I now was in. I started to sink. I started to yelp. Help! I yelped. Help, 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 help. I could hear them up above my head. I could hear every word they said. One dog growled, he wrecked our town. This serves him right. Just let him drown. But Sam said, Duke, you've been bad. You've made me sad instead of glad. But we're not going to let you die. We'll get you out. At least we'll try. I like how these dogs are concerned about him. They feel kind of sad for him. This part's really good. And then at last I heard him shout, maybe we can pull you out. You see what's happening here? Slowly, slowly down they came, each dog part of a long dog chain. I reached up, I touched a nose. I felt them lippy by my toes. Slowly, slowly, bit by bit, they dragged me up and out of the pit. I thanked the dogs and Sammy Brown, and then I started back towards town. I knew I had to dig once more to fix things as they were before. That's what I did. I dug back gates. I dug back the garden of Mrs. Thwaites. I dug back the roosters and the hens. I dug back the pigs and their pens. I dug all day in that summer sun. I dug back Highway 81. I dug back everything in town, everything that I'd knocked down. Today when I dig, well, I'm careful now. I'm useful too. Sam lets me plow. He'll never send me to that store or tie me up on the hard stone floor. My dog friends watch and wonder why they can't dig as well as I. The end. Thank you for joining me for a small story time at my kitchen table. Maybe next time we'll move around to other parts of the house. See you soon.